So we are Group 1, and today we are here to present about our entry plan for the brand, which is Lexis Hibiscus, entering a new market, which is in Da Nang, Vietnam. So for the table of content, first of all, we will introduce you about the brand Lexis Hibiscus and the city Da Nang, why we choose specifically this city for our entry, and as a cultural comparison between Vietnam and Malaysia, which is the original company of Lexis Hibiscus will be presented. Target market will be discussed, and value creation, which is the value proposition of the brand, will be illustrated. Main competitors will be mentioned, mode of entry, and last but not least, marketing strategy for the new brand in Vietnam. So this is a brand. The origin of it is in Malaysia, and it belongs to the Lexis Hotel Group. Currently, they are operating 5 other brands. In 2015, they came up with a new, very unique, luxury, iconic hotel and resort, which called Lexis Hibiscus, and is focused on the leisure target market, including water villas with luxury suite and equipped with private pool and steam bath. Characteristic of the design, which is spacious, tastefully decorated, and very modern and convenient. They are granted with several awards, such as the Guinness World Record for the most swimming pool in a resort and the most overwater villa in a single resort.
Then we will talk about the new location, Da Nang. Da Nang is the most livable city in Vietnam. It has the clean environment and also the beautiful beaches there, which can provide the tourists good experience there with the well-established public service, and also the cost of living is relevantly cheaper than the other city of Vietnam. And also there is a high workforce there, around 51%. It both has the seaports and the airports there. The countries such as China, Japan, Thailand, and so on, they can directly fly there, which is more convenient for the customer. And also, this place has a gap of the luxury hotel, which is good for us to enter. Then we move to the next part.
Now I would like to talk about the culture comparison between Malaysia and Vietnam. You can see this photo has 6 dimensions. First, I will talk about the power distance. Both tied to accept a high degree of power inequality in social system as well as growth pace. Malaysia more receptive to hierarchy than Vietnam people. Next one, LTO. The LTO is challenge for society in the present and future. Vietnam believes that chill depends on situation, context, or time. The last one, indulgence. Malaysia more willing to fulfill the desires and the impulses in terms of enjoying life and entertainment, and they also value leisure time, spend money as they pace, and Vietnam people more jeans. And next to you, very similar.
Okay, so moving on to a very important part, the value proposition. First of all, in terms of the unique selling points, why this group and Vietnam. First of all, we have identified ourselves as the first hotel built directly over water in Vietnam. And second of all, as the Lexis Hibiscus in Malaysia takes the shape as the hibiscus, which is the national flower. In Vietnam, it takes the shape of a lotus. Also, it has other things which are quite unique in the Vietnam market, which is a beachfront suites and private pools and steam baths. In terms of the elements of values, according to the hierarchy developed by Bain & Co. and written in Harvard Business Review, there are various different values that this new hotel concept can provide for the customers. In terms of the functional, there is this sensory appeal, variety, definitely quality, and also reduce hassles, informs, and connects. In terms of the emotional, there is the element of fun, entertainment, therapeutic, design, and rewards me. And also, we can also provide life-changing value to our customers with the sense of privacy, security, and unique scenery that we provide to give a sense of escapism or self-actualization to the customers. Moving on, we'll discover more about the markets in two countries and the customers to see why we decide upon those values.
So after the market analysis, we realized that there are a lot of similarities between Malaysian market and Vietnam market. However, there is some differences that we have to keep in mind here. The first of all is that the origin Lexus Hibiscus located in Port Dickson in Kuala Lumpur, which is like in the east coast of the Kuala Lumpur, and here they have the highest record of domestic tourists received. However, the also domestic visitor of Malaysia market outweigh the international. Therefore, we come with the conclusion that Hibiscus have been serving most of the domestic market rather than international. And also for their international market, they focus on the southeast of Asia, which is Singapore and Indonesia, because of their close geographical location. However, for the Vietnamese market, even though the domestic tourist is way bigger than the amount of international arrivals, according to the report from 2019, but more than half of the total revenue of the tourist sector is come from the international, which explains that people from foreign countries viewing Vietnam as a very ideal and price competitive destination for their leisure trip. That's why we suggest that the brand should focus also like a lot of attention for the international market as well, especially in the Northeast and Southeast Asia, from a more developed countries such as Japan and South Korea. These two countries also belong to top 5 countries that visit Vietnam for the last over decades. The demographic is very similar between Malaysia and Vietnam. However, due to the GDP per capita of Malaysia, which is a little bit higher than Vietnam, so we suggest that the people, domestic people visiting Lexus Lotus is gonna be more belong to the upper middle income class in Vietnam. For psychographic, about their lifestyle, they are the people who enjoy socializing and family reunion activities. Study traveler is the people who like really seeking for social validation and social status. So they go to this kind of upper scale ambience to feel better about how they perceive their self-image in other eyes. Behavior, they're traveling with partner, families, friends, and kids rather than independence. Also, bear in mind that the domestic guests in Vietnam, 40.4% of them still travel in tour group, which is like they travel with, especially the boomers. So they make friends by traveling. They, especially the family-oriented group, they tend to compare price before making their decision. That's why usually they book their trip long before the travel. And planning and gathering information is also a characteristic of the activity-focused group.
Then I will talk about the competitor. There is both international and domestic brands and hotel chain in Vienna. As we can see here, these are the more competitors. And the first one, Maple, is the domestic brand in Vienna, and it's the biggest one actually in this country, which can be our main competitor. And also, there are international brands have been penetrating at a steady rate and have a present across major tourist locations in this country.
Okay, so the next one I will talk about the entry method that we will be using, which is joint venture. So two main reasons are to comply with the foreign ownership regulations in Vietnam, and also to create a beneficial partnership between two parties. So the numbers you can follow are, you can see from the Accor and Resorts hotels. So for the next one, we will see some of the joint ventures, like the advantages, whereby we can benefit from the local partners' knowledge from Lexis, or the share costs and reduce the risk with the partners, and also reduce the political risk, which we can see in the pastel, where we have explained it more details in the reports. And some of the disadvantages we also mitigate, like risk-giving control of technology for partner. We look into the pastel analysis, and they also may not realize the experiences curve or location economies. Therefore, we look in the pastel as well. And also, sometimes the share ownership can lead to conflict, which we look into the cost data to mitigate the cultural barriers. So, for example, we also follow these steps. Therefore, for example, we start from choosing a joint venture, secure an investment certificates, and apply for a registration certificate. Then we complete the company regulatory process, and then we apply for the certificate. So, for example, for the joint venture, we will partner with a similar hotel group, which is Salinda Resort, which is also a luxury boutique hotel resort. They also have similar size room, around 100 luxury rooms, and also they have the work power of around 200 to 500 employees, and they are privately holding as well. So, for example, this one, the method is one of the most used method, which is 23.2 in 2016, and there are also the statutory guideline floor, which is the minimum for foreign contribution, which is 30%. Therefore, we think that it is good that we settle it with 50-50, whereby Lexis get 50. And for example, also for the centralized decision making over issues such as expansion, the remittance of profits, or the directions of the operations to the hotel.
So the part is the management strategies. It includes the four parts. The first part is the price. The hotel's room and the hotel's room, just depends on the location and the types. So the average rate just depends from the 200 and to 1600. And the products have the total rooms and the facilities rooms. You can see the facility service includes the indoors facilities, outdoors facilities, and water sports, and the work. Especially the last two parts is very famous in these hotels. And next is the promotion. It includes the online and offline. Online has the Booking, Agoda, and their own websites. And also they also have the offline. You have the tourism company. Especially in Malaysia, almost people will choose the G-Adventures in trip travel. It depends on the customer's choice. Almost the young people will choose the online, and almost the old people will choose the offline. And the last one is the place. The place is the location. This hotel's location is very famous. It's near beach. So you can see this picture. It's a very beautiful places. And the next part is for my partner.
So moving on to the Vietnam strategies. So basically, it's quite similar to the Malaysian strategy. The product will provide both tangible and intangible products with rooms around the same number of rooms, villas, and suites as the Malaysian hibiscus. Service, we have also added service like spa, therapy, wellness, security, and especially we provide water sports like windsurfing lessons, room service delivered by boats, wedding, events, convention center, children playground. The price will be based on occupancy-based, dynamic, competitor-based. So we look at the prices, the rack rates of our 5 competitors in Da Nang, and we chose a price that is higher than 3 competitors and lower than 2 other more premium competitors, including Vinpearl and Marriott. Also, because we have different portfolio of customers, we also have customer segmentation pricing. This is the room category. Villa bracket is about 200 and deluxe is 1,500. Promotion, we'll launch a lot of campaigns, including a grand opening party where we'll invite celebrities and performers and engage also the local people. Because Vietnamese people are really keen when they go on vacation to take photos, both the elder generation and the younger generation. So we provide also private professional photographer package. Then we have the Lotus Walk, honeymoon package, and one free upgrade after 5 hotel night stays. Also, we should be as present in many channels as possible, but especially social media, including Facebook, which is very popular in Vietnam, and also TikTok, popular to the younger people. This is a brief overview of the 7 Ps, as I have mentioned, and also I also talk about the other Ps, including people, which are those that directly influence the impressions of guests to the hotels, including the hotel staff, management team, partners, investors. The process will look into service design, customer eccentric SOPs and training, and physical evidence, including well-designed website, email confirmation, follow-up emails, so to make sure that we're valid and we are well received. Yeah. So that is the end of our presentation.
Okay. Good. You have done a lot of improvement over last time. One question. You have approximately 5 unique selling points.
Mm-hmm.
That is too many for the customer to remember. So if you had to pick one, what would be the single key differentiator?
I would
What
say
would it be?
Sophia's room. It's the first one, Sophia's. Because this one, they can see it as well, the lotus shape. I think
Okay.
they will understand.
But okay, that is a emblem. Okay, so that and beachfront suites, those are features that your value proposition is
The first one.
first hotel complex built directly on water. So the rest would be features and benefits. Okay. So that is the only suggestion for improvement would be to focus the USP on this particular aspect. Marketing mix is good, except one. Target market is good. Sensory, does HBR claim that sensory is a functional benefit?
Yes, it is.
They're wrong.
Is it emotional?
It's emotional. But I'm curious, does the HBR claim that it is functional?
Yes. So
Okay.
there's this.
Okay, all right. That, I accept that because you're citing a source, but trust me, the source is wrong.
Yeah, but actually it's about sense. So it should
Because
be
sense influence moods, and we know it can decrease certain negative moods and it can boost certain positive moods. So that is not necessarily functional. Although, okay, it can affect blood pressure. So in that sense, it could be physiological to an extent. Your only key mistake is place in the marketing mix. Place refers to distribution, not location.
Yeah. Here, yeah.
So in the marketing mix, so this is traditional 4 Ps. Place never refers to location, it always refers to distribution. And on the distribution, you already have Agoda, which misspelled by the way, just to let you know. Booking.com, Trivago, etc. That is your distribution channel. Okay. It can also be a promotion channel, both. Okay. So you may end up having the same promotion and distribution channels. That is not a problem. Okay. Other than that, I think you did a very good job. I can't tell you the grade offhand, but it should be on the higher end of the scale.
Thank you.
It'll be a good grade, is what I
Thank
can
you.
tell you.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Thank you.